The next half hour, I'll be reading from the Thursday, March 26th, 2026 issue of the Kenton Bee on the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. Kicking off the news, Kenmore East wins Model UN title for 20th time. Kenmore East High School once again won top honors at the annual Western New York Model United Nations General Assembly competition on Thursday, March 17th. The Kenmore East team, led by social studies teacher Christopher Knabb, earned the highest distinction possible, Best Overall Delegation, for the 20th time. Competition was fierce at this year's event, which was one of the largest ever in Western New York. Nearly 900 students competed as part of 76 individual delegations from 47 different schools. Students worked as part of a small team in different rooms, each of which represented a different UN committee, and each delegation represented a different nation. This year, Kenmore East represented the nation of Belgium. Joining a team that has had so much success in the past definitely put a lot of pressure on me, but it was what pushed me to try my hardest and succeed, said senior Julia Crawford. Knowing how successful the team had been in the past definitely did cause some stress, but it was also a great source of motivation because I wanted to be part of the legacy, said senior Riley Harmon. I definitely felt more pressure to succeed in Model UN due to our school's strong track record, said senior Emma Cudzillo. Despite all the pressure, I didn't have many doubts on how we'd perform. At the event, students debated some of the most important issues facing the world today. They were evaluated based on their understanding of the issues involved, their knowledge of the country they represented, and their familiarity with parliamentary procedure, as well as their debate skills. Kenmore East's long-term success inspired delegations from other schools to take light-hearted measures to put the team at a disadvantage, such as a motion to move team members to the back of the room to intentionally limit their contributions. Those efforts fell short in the end, and winning the competition was particularly special because Mr. Knabb is retiring at the end of this year. Model UN was an incredible experience for me, said senior Logan Fay, who served as team captain. There's just something about a room full of hundreds of people cheering you as you walk down the front, knowing that you were part of the reason that your team got to be recognized for such an amazing accomplishment. My favorite moment to have been running down the stairs after the announcement called first place for Belgium. It felt absolutely exhilarating, said senior Miguel Flores. In addition to the best overall delegation distinction, Kenmore East also placed first in 3 committees: the Social, Cultural, and Humanitarian Committee, the Political and Security Committee, and the Ad Hoc Political and Security Committee. The event was hosted by the International Institute of Buffalo and took place at the University of Buffalo's North Campus. Students credit hard work, perseverance, and Mr. Knabb's guidance for their success. Mr. Knabb couldn't have been a better advisor and role model for me And I'm so grateful to have been able to be taught everything we learned about the competition by such an amazing mentor, Logan said. Other team members included Abigail Banizak, Mina Cortez, Tyler Kent, Madison Kopek, Kasia McGregor, Lola Norris, Eddie Rajewski, Rowan Riley, Natasha Stanko, Fatima Tajik, Kelly Torchia, Cole Whaler, and Ben Wisnowski. The competition concluded with an address from this year's keynote speaker, S. Todd Brown, Dean of the University at Buffalo School of Law. Model UN is a unique, experiential, nonpartisan learning event that plays a role in shaping the country's future leaders. It provides students with firsthand experience in the international diplomacy, requiring months of preparation to effectively debate, amend, and vote on resolutions, resolve conflicts, and create alliances while following authentic UN General Assembly procedure. To effectively demonstrate diplomatic roles, students must research their country to sustain authentic representation at the assembly. Through their participation, they learn how international community addresses today's concerns, such as peace and security, economic development, human rights, food and hunger, and globalization. The Model UN section on the IIB website is the International Institute of Buffalo's website is iibuffalo.org/model-UN. Officers inform the students, teachers. Offers information for students, teachers, and community members, including learning opportunities and an alumni page for past participants to reconnect. New asphalt recycler to save Tonawanda money, improve roads. The city of Tonawanda has recently purchased an asphalt recycler that will improve pothole repairs while saving money over time. Unlike traditional cold patch methods, the recycler allows crews to use hot mix asphalt to fill potholes, resulting in longer lasting repairs. This process uses materials ranging from 300 to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, which create strong molecular bonds with the existing pavement. The result is a more durable repair that significantly outlasts cold patch alternatives and remains effective even in cooler weather. Dave Franzak, Superintendent of Public Works, said the process relies on recycling old road millings into usable material. The city typically has an ample supply of these millings, which are collected and stored from previous roadwork projects. The millings are fed into the recycler where an emulsion is added and heated, converting the material into reusable hot mix asphalt. According to Franzak, the process takes about 9 to 15 minutes depending on moisture levels. The material is stored in a dump truck and loaded into the trailer-mounted machine as needed. The steps SMMT asphalt recycler is capable of producing approximately 500 pounds of hot mix in about 10 minutes. Currently, the city relies on hot mix asphalt supplied by batch plants, which typically operate from mid-April through late fall and shut down during the winter months. As a result, crews must use cold patch material in the winter, which is less durable and tends to break down more quickly when used for pothole repairs. Additionally, the cold patch is made of stone, said Franzek. It never sets, and if it is broken up and loosened so it can be used again. That's why it never really gets that strength and doesn't last. The cold patch literally never cures or hardens. We will have a pile in the shop for 2 years. It never stays in the hole. Whereas the hot mix will harden like real road and it'll stay in the hole a lot better. Once the hot mix cools down and cures, it becomes solid, and you need a jackhammer to break it up. Having the machines gives the city to hot mix throughout the year, and the city already has a collection of millings that are available for use. This obviates the need to buy cold patches ever again. We won't need to get cold patch. Saving some money for the city. This also reduces the need to buy asphalt from the plant that has a minimum purchase requirement of 2 tons. The city can use their reserves and produce just 500 pounds at a time as needed and will not have to purchase the hot mix in the warmer months. We purchased 15 tons of cold patch last year, said Franzek. For the summer, we can go through 5 to 6 tons a day when it's not raining. It could be more or less weather dependent. We used 400 tons throughout the summer, Franzek said that he anticipates to use 50% less hot mix this year for the potholes. He also indicated that the recycler machine itself cost $70,000, was being reimbursed by a CHIPS fund issued by the New York State Department of Transportation. This machine, therefore, did not cost anything for the taxpayers of the city. The town of Batavia and the town of Wales have this machine, and they love it, stated Franzek. I feel great about purchasing this machine. As everyone has seen, the cold patch is not working. This machine will make the proper material we need to fill a hole, especially in the wintertime, instead of going out and filling the same pothole. My hope is that you fill it once a year, and it's good to go. The town of Tonawanda-Kenmore Historical Society and Museum will host an open house from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday, April 4th at the Tonawanda-Kenmore History Museum at 100 Kanoki Road. Admission is free, though donations will be accepted. The museum is handicap accessible and offers ample parking. For more information, email info@kentonhistory.org. You are listening to a reading of articles and features from the Kenton Bee on the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. The City of Tonawanda to host an e-waste recycling drive on April 11th. Residents of the City of Tonawanda will have an opportunity to safely dispose of old electronics during the drive-through e-waste recycling event hosted by the City of Tonawanda on Saturday, April 11th. The contactless drop-off event will run from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the City of Tonawanda Middle High School, located at 600 Fletcher Street. All accepted items will be recycled free of charge. Organizers note that there is a limit of 3 televisions per vehicle, including CRT or tube-style TVs. Accepted items include computers, monitors, printers, keyboards, video game systems, phones, and tablets. A full list of acceptable material is available at buffalocomputerrecycling.com. Items not accepted at the event include refrigerators, smoke detectors, alkaline batteries, and light bulbs. This event is hosted by Buffalo Computer Recycling and the Kenmore Tonawana's Rotary Club in partnership with New York State Assemblyman Bill Conrad, City of Tonawanda Mayor William Strasburg, and State Senator Jeremy Zellner. Donations to the Rotary Club of Tonawandas will be accepted. For more information, residents can call 716-545-6369. Teen of the Week, sponsored by BOCES, Erie One BOCES. This week's Teen of the Week is Charlotte Stoos, a senior at West Seneca East High School. Charlotte has been described as an impactful student leader who initiates, organizes, and inspires. Throughout high school, she has been involved in numerous extracurricular activities, volunteering work, and leadership roles, demonstrating her dedication to making positive impact in her school and community. Charlotte is working towards the seal of biliteracy and the seal of civic readiness. She's taken a few AP classes and is a member of the English, French, Music, and National Honor Societies. In her junior year, she became a treasurer where she oversaw finances and managed funds. She has been an active member of the Student Council for the last 4 years and now serves as Class of 2026 President. Since last year, Charlotte has served as an ex officio student board member, acting as a bridge between the Board of Education and the students of West Seneca Central School District. In addition to her academic pursuits, Charlotte has played the flute for 9 years and is a member of the school's jazz and pop bands. By her junior year, she joined the marching band and pit orchestra and performed outside of school with the Akron Community Band and the Erie County Fair Band. Since her freshman year, she has been involved in the photography and yearbook clubs and now serves as an editor-in-chief in this role. She oversees the organization, organizes photos, and creates templates for her team. Outside of school, Charlotte serves as the EMS captain for the Fire Explorers program, where she leads EMS-related drills under the guidance of her advisors. She has also been a junior firefighter since her freshman year and strives to serve as a role model in fire medic drills. Charlotte has been a participant in the ECMC Healthcare Explorers program, the Roswell Healthcare Exploration Program, and the Superintendent Cabinet for 2 years. She has volunteered at her church and the VA hospital and has also served as a counselor at an all-girls intervention camp focused on supporting female investors. With everything on her plate, she still found time to work part-time at the Mayer Brothers cider mill. After high school, she plans on exploring a career in business administration and continuing to grow her connections. B Newspapers, in conjunction with the sponsor, will showcase exceptional seniors in 9 of our communities as Teen of the Week. The highlighted students will be consensus, conscientious, hardworking, and self-motivated individuals who continue to better their communities. These students exceed expectations and are enthusiastic learners. One student will be awarded a scholarship at the end of the 25-26 school year. New law requires New York stores to accept cash payments. A new statewide law, which took effect March 21st, will require most retail stores and food establishments across New York to accept cash payments, prohibiting businesses from refusing cash or charging higher prices for customers who use it. New York Attorney General Letitia James is reminding consumers that the measure is now in effect and urging anyone who encounters violations to report them to her office. New Yorkers have a right to service no matter how they choose to pay, James said in a statement. Businesses cannot deny New Yorkers access to necessities like food and clothing by refusing to take cash or charging shoppers more for paying in cash. The law mirrors a similar measure already in place in New York City since 2020 and is aimed at protecting consumers who rely on cash transactions. Violations of the law could result in civil penalties of up to $1,000 for the first offense and $1,500 for each additional violation. There are several expectations. Businesses are not required to accept bills larger than $20, and the law does not apply to transactions conducted by phone, mail, or online unless the payment is made in person at the store. Stores also may offer on-site machines that convert cash into prepaid cards, provided there are no fees and no minimum load requirements above $1. The Office of the Attorney General is encouraging consumers who believe a business is violating the law to file a complaint online or call 1-800-771-7755. From Mr. Zellner's office, from proposal to progress, what the state budget means for Western New York. Each year, the state budget is where Albany's priorities become real for communities like ours, and with the deadline fast approaching for the budget to be passed, those decisions are coming into focus. In recent weeks, the New York State Senate passed our one-house budget proposal, an important step that lays out our priorities as we head into the final negotiations with the Assembly and the governor. While this is not the final budget, it sets the stage for the investments and policies we are fighting to deliver for Western New York. This year, the focus is clear in addressing the rising cost of living while continuing to invest in the programs and institutions that support working families. Families across our region are, including Amherst, Kenmore, and the Tonawanda, are feeling the pressure from childcare to healthcare costs to rising energy bills and everyday expenses. To many households are, being stretched thin. The Senate's proposal includes expanded child care assistance, support to help lower energy costs, investments in public education and universal school meals, and additional funding for healthcare providers. These are practical steps aimed at easing the burden on families while strengthening services people rely on every day. At the same time, Mr. Zellner's been working to ensure that our district is fully represented in these investments. If you'd like to hear the rest of Mr. Zellner's statement or op-ed, Please contact Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service at 716-821-5555, and someone will gladly finish the article for you. Now, now for the view from the New York State Assembly side, Mr. William Conrad III. State budget season continues. First, an overview of our One House plan. We're approaching the April 1st deadline for adoption of a final state spending plan. And as I write this, negotiations are ongoing. One development: the Assembly has presented its One House budget, one of three drafts that will contribute to the end result. Throughout budget season, we legislators conference multiple times a day, attempting to reach consensus on the priorities we believe warrant inclusion in the coming year's fiscal plan. It's never easy. We are a diverse body, collectively representing the nation's fourth most populous state. This year, our federal leadership overarching cuts to critical programs forced us to focus on filling gaps for the protection of New Yorkers' health care, household finances, and educational futures. First, the One House restores funding to teacher centers. These serve as hubs for educators' professional development, which directly correlates to better student outcomes. It also commits funding for the continuation of Teach New York, a recruitment and retention program that I've been advocating since 2024, when I submitted a bill to establish such a pipeline with the aim of addressing looming teacher shortage. The Assembly budget adds to the state's consolidated local street and highway improvement programs, or CHIPS, an essential resource for local municipalities' roadway maintenance, especially here where our transportation infrastructure takes a beating. Cities and towns need Albany's help to make sure travelers can get where they're going safely and effectively. If you would like to hear the remainder of Mr. Conrad's op-ed, please contact the radio reading service at 716-821-5555, and someone will gladly finish the article for you. You've been listening to a reading of articles and features from the March 26th issue of the Kenton Bee. We read from the Kenton. When we read from the Kenton Bee, you can find it on our website. Thank you for listening. Your reader has been P. Fitz. Have a pleasant day.
Good morning. Welcome to another broadcast day on the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service, a private not-for-profit organization. As always, please feel free to contact us with your comments, suggestions, or with any questions you may have. Our phone number here is area code 716-821-5555. And please stay with us. Arena Buffalo News is coming up next.
The following program is intended